In or out, it's your call.
There's no ref here.
That's on us.
Decisions like these are about trust.
That's spirit.
Not a slogan.
But to be fair, even when the game is on the line.
It's not easy.
Sometimes it gets intense.
Because spirit keeps the game bigger than the point.
Bigger than the call.
Bigger than me.
It's how I know I can go all out.
And trust my opponent will too.
It's not just rules, it's respect.
Because when you respect the call,
You respect the player.
It's every decision you make.
Every conversation, every point.
It's the reason I compete at my best.
And when I have to make the call,
in or out,
I'll call it honestly.
because spirit is the standard.
And we don't play below it.
Hello, good morning. We are day 3 here at CJUC's at Newton Athletic Park here in Surrey, British Columbia. It is me here, Catherine, with Marie-Philippe Maillot. And we would like to start by doing a little land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that we are on the land of Semiahmoo, Tatsi, Quickhaltum, Quanlan, and Quickheit, and Twissasen land. Today we have Sauga against Wheaties for a crossover match women's.
Yeah, so we've got Sauga in light on the left side of your field and Wheaties in green on your right side. Wheaties will start on O, and we're just about to hear the horn. Observers are on the field ready to start things off. This game, their first crossover of day 3, will be important for both teams. Sauga having 1 win and 2 losses in pool play yesterday. Wheaties having 3 losses will want to come back this morning in strength.
We've got Sotelo here with the pull from Sauga. He's looking for an option with a nice little pop pass. Sauga applying a nice little cup here, nice zone. Nice save there by... And a turnover. Sauga will be picking up the disc here. Shakay looking at the end zone and to a point for Makowiecka of Sauga. And that is the first point.
Great break opportunity and taken by Sauga to start off this game. So they brought out their zone look right from the get-go. They managed to get the turn and got the point.
And it looks like we have an injury call. We'll see if this has an effect on the point.
Yeah, in case of an injury, the play would stop at the injury moment of the call. So I don't think it has any impact. We're still waiting on the observers.
I have to say, I'm really enjoying Sauga's respect and spirit here, respecting the player and just cheering them on for their hard effort. And I'm hearing Sauga and Wheaties are both really well-spirited teams, so this is going to be a really fun game to watch because you get to see their fun spirit that they have with each other.
Two young teams as well. Lots of new players on the field. Players with not that much experience and like a new teams. So very interesting to see how they're gonna fare against each other.
I always find crossover games so exciting because sometimes some teams are put in the pool of death. So finally being able to be playing a team that's more your caliber, it just gives teams a chance to breathe and come in and have a little reset.
That's right. Wheaties was seeded first seed in Saskatchewan, and Sauga was seeded 7 in Ontario.
It is so exciting to see how many new junior teams are coming up. We were just discussing how almost 10 years ago, you probably only had 3 or 4 Ontario teams, junior teams, and now you're at your 7th junior Ontario team getting a bid here to CJUCs. So we have Elliot Ramos pulling here, and Elliot Ramos is our grad for Sauga and known to be the heart of the team.
Going for a match defense on this play.
Wheaties looking for their bail there. And a beautiful huck and unlucky pass there. We've got Ramos picking up the disc. And we see a nice little vert stack here for Sauga. And Sauga centering the disc here, popping it over. Looking back to Ramos. Ramos centering the disc here to Shea. Shea looking at her open pass here to Houston. Houston dishing it back to Ramos. Ramos looking for that deep, denied by Wheaties. Oh, and a great read by Wheaties here, intercepted by White. Oh, great puck by Wheaties, leading it to Marino. Marino's looking for a deep option in the end zone and dishes it to Lung. Lung with the point here, assist to number 30, Dongji. And that is a point for Wheaties.
Yeah, great dirty hold for Wheaties, but they managed to punch that in. Energy is high on the sideline. So Sauga bringing out the backhand force on D, which they really enjoy putting because most teams work so much on their flick game that they wanted to push on the backhand. They've been doing it quite well, managed to get the turn, but did not score. So Wheaties happy to get that one. We're at 1-1.
I am loving Wheaties' little cheer here. A nice little coordinated dance. It's almost like they're line dancing.
I think it was a line dance, yeah.
Loving the energy that we see here.
So Sauga on offense for the first time of this game.
Great pull by Wheaties. Sauga walking up the disc. Looking for their options with a nice vertical stack here. Back to Makowiecka. Makowiecka looking for an option. Looking at her bail and dishing it back. Grimshaw looking for an option deep. Unlucky. There's a turnover and Wheaties will be starting on O here with Sotelo picking up the disc. Unlucky throw from Wheaties. We have Limo Lusta walking up to the disc here. Let's see if we'll see an end zone, or we might be a little too far. Out with a beautiful hook, any point to McQueen. Great look by Sauga here. And that is your second point for Sauga. I think we're going to have a close game here.
I think so. It was not a... It was a dirty hold, but still a hold for Sauga. So their O-line managed to punch that in. Teams are pretty evenly matched. So yeah, we've seen some zone looks from both teams, as well as person defense. I think it's going to be quite interesting.
We see also, fun fact, we've seen a lot of sisters, and I mean blood-related sisters, on both sides of the teams. There are 2 sets of sisters on Wheaties, and then we have, I think, 3 sets of sisters on Sauga, including 1 set of twins.
That's right. The Wu sisters set of twins, Sadie and Charlotte.
I believe that there is such thing as sibling telepathy. It's like they...
Does it translate well on the field?
Yes, yes. It's like you know. You're like, oh, I know my sister's going to do this, or my brother, or my sibling. I know they're going here. Or I know they're going to make this throw. That makes it so fun. Because when they actually complete the pass, you're like, you see? I just knew. It's that sibling thing. All right. Sauga here getting ready with the pull to Wheaties.
Will they bring down their zone defense? I think so.
Wheaties dishing that around the zone, working it around them with the quick passes. Back to Lung. Lung sending it to the open side to White. White centering it to Simpson. Simpson's looking deep, and she sends it to... intercepted by Sauga. It was a great look by Simpson there. We've got DiFlorio looking for her option. Dishes it back to Ramos. Ramos looking for the deep shot. And uncompleted.
A blady flick, a bit hard to catch, makes the turn. Wheaties will bring that back to the front of the end zone. And Sauga ready with their zone look.
Wheaties threading that through the cup. Unlucky. And Ramos will be picking up the disc here. No mark on... Quick little dish. Unlucky. Little dish back there. He's now looking deep. Back to Simpson. Marino. A little too high there for White to catch. So we've got Sauga here with Ramos again picking up. Looking at her bail cut. And looking, centers it. Back to Ramos. Ooh, and a little bit of a trip there, a little fumble.
Yeah, they stopped the play on that contact. I think it was a good call. Observers on the field to see how to resolve this.
A little shout out to our observers, Alan Bagish and Jonathan Nelson. We really appreciate what you do, Team Orange. Thank you for helping resolve conflicts and just being great mediators on and off the field.
No injury. Play will resume.
Great little handshake there. And it's coming in back at stall 3 with Ramos with the disc. Little dish here to Ma. Great save there by Ling. Back to Ramos. Ramos looking for a deep option. Dishes it up the line to Ma. Ma looking at her options, recentering that disc to Houston. Oh, and there is a pick call. We're going to see here if this pick call affected the play and if it will return back to the thrower or not.
I think the pick was on Ramos, so it did affect the play. It seems like the disc came back to the handler. Houston. All right, observers trying to resolve this quickly. Will come in at 2.
All right, Houston with the disc again to Ramos. Ramos looking for that end zone shot. And a point for Sauga. Great connection here with Ma for the assist with our Jeans scoring.
That's the second break for Sauga, which brings us 3-1. Ramos doing a great job of handling and just putting the disc up. She's been everywhere. Very nice.
And we spoke to the coach earlier, and the coach really was passionate, really expressing how much Ramos has a huge impact on the team as a leader, as a captain, and as I said earlier, the heart of the team. So it's really great to see that leadership and just how they're very good at making the team gel well together.
So now Wheaties are down 2 points. They're on O. What are you thinking?
I think I would give this one more point, and if Sauga breaks again, this would be a good time to take a little time out just to chill and recollect. I'm very much a type that likes to recollect and take another breather with my team. But at the same time, you never know. It could be a plot twist. How about you?
I at this point, I would play this game at this point as well, but then after, I'm wondering if I need to put my best 7 on the line to try to stop that momentum if it needs to be stopped. But I've seen some great throws from Wheaties as well. Just when I say it, they turn.
The commentator curse. All right, we've got Grimshaw here picking it up for the end zone play. Just overlooked a little bit. Wheaties redeeming themselves here. And a great snatch here by Shiga and a point for Sauga. This is where I would take my time out, I think. And I think that's just, again, just to have a little reset. But at the same time, I think it was mentioned yesterday was the first time Wheaties played all together.
It was. That team is. So the timeout is called. So you were right on that one. So a timeout, and yes, Wheaties getting together with players from Ottawa, from Vancouver area. They managed to bring people a bit from everywhere, from Kamloops as well. So first time playing together. They did their day yesterday, losing their 3 games. Coming back this morning, fired up. So it's all right. I guess they just need to get that timing right.
And it's really interesting because I feel like Wheaties in this huddle are probably just reminding themselves here to just chill and have fun because that is the vibes you get with Wheaties. That is a very chill vibe. You've got your coaches wearing Hawaiian shirts here. It looks so fun.
Definitely. And I mean, they're in the showcase game. They are on the big field. Cameras are on. There's some pressure for sure. But I think they're having fun.
They-
Sauga's energy though is through the roof.
And I'm loving the ribbons and the hair too. It's very coordinated with their uniform. I love accessories with Frisbee. I definitely believe that somewhere there should be like a Frisbee runway. There are so many Frisbee styles that I find so cool, different, especially with BE's new grid techs and their Apex jerseys coming out. Be really nice to have a little. Maybe next year we'll suggest we do we can have a spirit of the game contest, but also Frisbee fashion contest.
Oh, that's it. Frisbee runway.
Frisbee runway, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna make this happen next year. Alrighty, we've got here Sauga with Ramos pulling to Wheaties. Now I think Sauga has a special cheer for Ramos when she pulls too. Again, it's really fun that a lot of her players all love and respect their captain so much. And this is her last graduating year as well.
So they turn from their zone defense to person defense when the pull did not go as far as expected. Wheaties going for the deep shot.
Great puck from Huang to Marino for their second point. You see, that is the timeout that the coaches needed, and look at that. What a great way to come out of a timeout. Just again, you get a little reset, you go back in, and first off the bat, great look deep and a great point.
Yeah, that's great just to stop the momentum as well, show that they're still in this game. It's quite early. They can score. I think that's going to bring their spirits up. Speaking of fashion, we've got a player with a tutu on, which matches the outfit perfectly. Yellow tutu.
It's giving very much that wheat look,
Yeah.
That golden wheat from Saskatchewan. It's again, Frisbee fashion points.
Second point for Sauga starting on offense. Teams are ready.
He's coming down for a person defense. Sauga looking for their bail.
Not sure she was the intended receiver, but great catch.
When it's the air, it's everyone's disc, as they say.
Ooh, hard contact between number 33 and from Wheaties. Katrin Lee, and Cadence McQueen. Lee being shook up quite a bit. Both teams, one knee down. Respect for the players injured. Manages to get out on her own.
We're gonna have a little injury substitution here.
We'll see if Sauga needs to substitute as well. They can elect to or not. Seems they do not.
our observer reminding our players they can now stand up. It's true we don't want to play frisbee sitting.
Not as fast. All right, play will resume with Sauga in offense.
Sauga here pointing and directing their athletes where to cut. I love that communication. And a beautiful hook to the end zone for McQueen. And denied by...
She was
Yes.
aiming for Charlotte Vu. But now Wheaties back on offense.
And Sauga setting up their zone here again. Violation call. We're going to throw back to our thrower here. Coming in at stall 1. Resettling it here to White.
High disc makes a turn. Sauga on offense at the end zone.
I love the quick pickup here by McQueen. Just creating a quick transition. And unfortunately not the point here. Wheaties here with their second chance. And Sauga setting that zone again.
They get the turn.
All right, you can see here Zemo Lusta coming in calm and collective, ready for that end zone play. And unfortunately, uncompleted
Just
end zone. cut.
bounce out of the hands. It was a great look. Nice cut from number 23, Charlotte Vu.
Now, Wheaties here is trapped here on the sideline with the zone that Sauga is putting on them. Sauga denying that pop in.
That zone is working well.
Very deadly zone, especially when you're trapped on the sideline there. It's really hard if your bail doesn't go behind you. Sometimes it's a little tricky, and you don't want to risk that Callahan either.
Yeah. And we've got a little slight breeze coming in from our left, so not helpful for Wheaties trying to get out of that corner.
3 points, Zamalusta to Vu for the 5th point for Sauga.
That's a hold for Sauga after a bit of work, but they do manage to get it in. Their zone working well, managed to get the turns they needed.
That was a long point.
That was a long point. Their zone saving their energy at least, not having to run that much on defense.
And Lee looks like they're back on 2 feet, so maybe we'll see Lee later on in the stream on Wheaties.
Hopefully she's all right. Yeah.
It's a non-contact sport, they say, but you know, it's funny. The most intense injuries I always hear are from frisbee players.
Well, we've got no protection, that's for sure. And you need to be aware of your speed and where you're going to make sure to avoid contacts, but sometimes they happen nonetheless.
Spatial awareness is so important, and just field IQ as well, knowing where the players are going to go, anticipating their cuts, and knowing where to position yourself so it's also not a dangerous play either.
No,
That
that's
is a
right.
very common thing.
But in like with junior teams, there's more people new to the sports, maybe not as aware of where everybody is on the field. More contacts can happen than in senior games, but they still do happen.
Long center net. And it is the turnover for Sauga, with Ramos picking up here for this turnover.
Just bouncing out of the hands of Wheaties player.
Oh, denied by Simpson on Wheaties. And with a great point by Simpson. Not only does she deny it, but she also scores a point.
That's it. A great bookhand. So getting the D and the score.
That is how you punish your defense.
Beautiful run through D by, was that Simpsons?
That was
Yeah.
Simpson. Great legs, great long arms too.
Yes. So that's a hold for Wheaties, making it 5-3.
Third point here.
Wheaties not out of this game yet. 5-3. It's still anybody's game. Quite early. Wheaties ready in between the points really fast. They're ready to play.
Quick transition. I find it very interesting and fun when observers are there because I do find that the transition between points is a lot faster when they are present.
Definitely, when there's no observers, we take a bit more time than the 70 seconds allowed.
Extra timeouts.
Yes.
Alrighty. We've got Friesen here with the pull from Wheaties to Sauga.
Great pull. Nice person defense from Wheaties.
Grimshaw.
And they get the D.
Great little grab there from Wheaties with the disc underneath the Sauga player. Great way to cause a quick transition. Great save there by McQueen.
Zone look from Sauga.
Gebhardt trapped here on the sideline. Dishing it backwards to Huang. Huang also trapped here on the sideline. And denied.
Hand block by number 14, Peyton Grimshaw. Beautiful D.
We see Zimalusta here walking up to the disc looking for her end zone play. Looking at her bail. Now we've got Fredrickson here looking for the deep shot. Oh, and saved by number Sotelo. And a great point here by Shiga, catching the 6th point for Sauga.
So that first catch on the line, barely in, and then the front corner. Beautiful play. Observers were on the line, so we'll say that was in. So a dirty hold for Sauga, but still a hold. Their zone giving a bit of trouble for Wheaties, definitely.
You know, it's really fun to see Sauga's zone, especially when they trap Wheaties, because I find it, at first, Wheaties had a hard time struggling with the trap, but it seems like they finally, once they find that connection, they really punish Sauga with the trap.
Yes.
Wheaties here looking ready to play O.
Yeah, they're going to be a slight breeze in their back, so Wheaties will be a slight advantage, maybe?
I really like that transition point. They did a nice little clap there, all in sync. Oh, so did Sauga.
Yeah, that double clap is now in fashion.
It's very powerful. Great pull by Ramos here. Long, dishing it to White.
Just
Ramos picking it up and looking for the puck. Oh, nice try with the read. Sometimes it's hard to read the disc with everyone in the air. You want to be aware of the disc, aware of the people around you.
I think it was picked up a bit by the wind. It was floaty, a lot of people underneath. So Sauga gets the Wheaties get the disc back.
Simpson with the disc looking deep. And she sends it for the puck. And that's denied by Jeans.
Great read by Jeans, yeah, on that long throw.
Great save there by Houston.
Digs that out right out of the turf.
Ramos here with the reset.
Sauga taking their time near the end zone.
Ling looking to Ramos with a great snatch there. Back to Ma. Ma looking back center to Ramos. And Ramos with the open shot to Di Florio for the 7th point for Sauga.
A break for Sauga. Lots of work, beautiful work near the end zone. They were patient. They moved the disc a lot, and Ramos with the beautiful flick OI to attack the end zone.
I love those points. I love when you can just step out, throw a beautiful huck OI, and your player just runs onto it like there's no tomorrow, and it's just such a beautiful day. The sun is shining here at Newton Athletic Park with a light breeze. This is the summer I wish we had in Ottawa. For those on the east, it has been a very rainy or super hot summer.
Yeah, it was the rainy and very, very hot and humid in Montreal as well.
Seniors, if you're watching this, you're coming to beautiful weather here at Newton Athletic Park for the rest of the week for CUCs happening in 2 days. Sauga setting their line here, doing some matchups and getting ready for the pull. With a new puller, we've got Vu here who's going to be pulling for Sauga. Great pull.
Very great pull. That stays in bounds, but there's an offside.
But you know what? I think this is a time for Sauga to take advantage of that offside as they are already getting ready to set up their zone. Wheaties bringing it up to the brick mark because of the offside.
But Sauga's zone already set up.
There we go. Too long. All right, Friesen here trapped on the sideline with the zone. Dishes it backwards to Long. But there's a turnover.
Once again, Sauga's zone doing the work.
I love how Wheaties did adjust and finally put a person behind the thrower for that option to be able to swing and break that cup. Centered here to Zima Lusta. Grimshaw here in the middle looking for their point and denied here by Wheaties. Oh, you can hear G saying quick transition from the Wheaties coach.
Yeah, they want to get their zone trap look again.
Great thread here, centered. Wheaties really breaking the up here with threads and throwing it to the open space. They have a great flow with a lot of dribbling here. Great save here by Amper. Huang saving the disc again. Second time in a row here.
That was good movement. There seemed to be a bit of a call or contact.
Stepped on her foot. You see a little foot jiggle. Huang looking for her options. Looking for her bail. Shoot to Huang. And I think that is a sister point from Huang to Huang. That marks the 4th point for Wheaties. I think that was that sister telepathy that I was talking about earlier.
That was great work along the line. They didn't have a lot of room to work with, but they did make it work. So a nice hold for Wheaties to stop the halftime, to stop Sauga from getting the halftime. So we're at 7-4.
Halftime will be at the first team that reaches to 8.
Yes.
You know, I really think that timeout was very impactful for Wheaties because ever since they've had some clean holds here.
Yes.
And really punched it in.
Since that timeout, we've had a lot of holds.
Sometimes I feel like there's some teams that get like the live stream jitters. you know? And all you need is just that breather, being like, pretend like nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
The stands are full. The
I
camera's
know,
running.
Exactly. So you
but
really
pretend.
have to tunnel your vision onto the
Yes.
field. The amount of concentration is very hard, especially when it's your first live stream for some of these athletes. We've got the Wheaties Open cheering for their Wheaties, the women's team here.
Just out of reach of Sauga. Gets a turn for Wheaties.
All right, Sotelo here with a disc. Free look. Wheaties dishing it back. Great save here by Simpson.
High grab. Beautiful, but turned in the end zone.
We're almost walking up with the disc here.
She's not marked.
Nice little give and go here with Ramos. Oh, and denied by Simpson. Those long arms.
She has a great look when on D.
And another turnover here was with Sauga jumping in. Ramos looking for her deep option. And a great read by DeFlorio. DeFlorio looking for an option in the end zone and is scored here by Ma. And that is your halftime for Sauga taking half against Wheaties, 8-4. And now we will be back with some halftime interviews, so stay tuned.
We're going into this game. How are you feeling?
I think we're a second half kind of team, guys.
I think this time we're a first half team.
That's what I'm saying too. We usually just take a while to wake up.
Okay, well, I think you woke up pretty nicely on in this game. Wheaties not out yet. The defense is high. I think your zone is working pretty well. Are you happy with that?
I think very happy, especially on Callie's line. It's really effective.
I agree, but I gotta really commend some of the players on the other line, on the other team. Layout's incredible. Like I could never. They putting it all out on the field.
Great. So, what's your plan for the second half? You were saying you were a second half team.
I think we're a second half kind of team because that's when the train gets going, and we really just seem to light up. I think our connections are a little bit better the more we have on the field. Like time to just practice and practice.
Good. So, I feel the energy really high on your end. Will you keep that up?
Of course, no doubt about it.
Good. Any shout outs before we leave?
Shout out Coach Tracy, Coach Jeff, Coach Trong, Ultimate Canada.
Shout out to our youngest player, Eleanor the Flag Bearer. We have a lot of young players that have a lot of years of ulti ahead of them, and we hope to see them more.
Shout out everyone on the team. They're all playing incredible. Even on Wheaties, everyone's playing incredible. Shout out Wheaties. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, hi, second part of this halftime interview with two players from Wheaties. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very good.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
All right. So, Wheaties, a mix of players from a bit everywhere. How has that been going for you?
It's definitely been really exciting to meet new people. I feel like Saskatchewan's kind of a smaller province, so I feel like just getting to see all of the diverse teams in Canada and see how big Ultimate actually is as a sport in other provinces has been really cool.
Yeah, I really like just meeting new people. I love making friends, and it's been really awesome to meet people from like Ottawa. And I've never been to Ottawa, so it's really cool to just meet people.
Great. How has been your tournament? Yesterday was a hard pool game, I think.
Yeah, we've been doing actually better than we did last year. I definitely think we've been improving a lot, which is good. So I'm looking forward to see how the tournament progresses as well.
Yeah, yesterday was a bit rough, but I think it was just day one. I'm really happy with how the team is working out, and I'm super proud of what we're doing.
You're doing some great work here against Sauga. Their zone has been a bit of a challenge, I think, with the wind slightly picking up. What's your plan for second half?
Just keep up the hustle, keep up the hard work. Definitely we're focusing a lot on our defense, I think. So
yeah, definitely keeping the spirit high is important for us. We're a big team heavy on spirit, so it's really really difficult to perform well when our spirit is low.
All right. So, wishing you the best for second half.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Any shout outs to anybody?
Maybe just all of the Saskatchewan Ultimate players at home and also all of our families that are watching, friends in Saskatchewan.
Friends and family.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
And we are back here for the second half of Sauga versus Wheaties women's junior crossover. We just had two wonderful interviews with both the Sauga team and the Wheaties. And here we are back with Wheaties with Simpson coming in again with a D play and catching it, scoring the 5th point for Wheaties. What a great way to start your second half.
They just told me in an interview they wanted to bring that defense back, and I think that just punching that in is great. So run through D and score.
That is exactly what they just did.
Sauga may be a bit surprised with the speed of Wheaties on that one.
Especially with Simpson's hand block and then instant sprint to the end zone looking for that deep play there. I find that is probably one of my favorite things is when you get the D and you have such a quick transition that it throws off your offensive player, and it's honestly the best way to punish your offense.
Yes. She kept her momentum, hit the end zone, and got the disc.
And you could hear that hand block too, just the denying of the opportunity. All right, Sauga here picking it up, centering it to Ramos. Ramos dishing it back to Ma. Back to Ramos. Ramos looking for the deep. Ramos doing a little look at her bail. Back to Ma. Back to Ramos. Again, looking for that deep, just no options down there. But Ma going for great up the line cut. But it is out called by our observer, Allen.
We've got 2 blue lines, one for the field and then one for the observers, and sometimes they can get mixed up.
Long look here. And intercepted by Sauga, and so Sauga will be starting on O again.
Good read from defense, number 33, Di Florio.
Great hand block there by McAllister on Wheaties. We've got Sotelo here picking up the disc, looking for her end zone. Falling a little short here. We've got Ramos picking up after the turnover. I like the Sauga and Ma action.
Along the line, but just out for Di Florio.
Sotelo's shaking her hand, shaking the nerves off, getting ready to tap the disc in. Sotelo looking for the up the line cut. Great save here by Huang with the win picking up. And a little blady throw here by McAllister. So we've got a turnover here with Ramos picking up the disc on Sauga. A little fumble by Ma. We've got Wheaties here. Center in front of the end zone. Looking for their end zone play.
Good field position.
And that is a great little jump in here by Doherty for their
second break of this second half. So Wheaties on fire coming out of the halftime.
Must have been a really great little halftime circle. You know, G was a commentator last year, and she is very well known for her amazing jokes. So maybe, you know, that's what you need, the good vibes, little halftime jokes and nice little prep talk, and look at them coming out with 2 breaks after the halftime.
Makes quite a difference now from 8-4 to 8-6 Wheaties in this game.
And honestly, some teams are just second half teams. Some teams, all you need is just that halftime to reset, and it throws your defender off. Coaches don't like it because it definitely gives coaches a little bit of a I think their stress levels, they mentioned, skyrocket a little bit, the heart rate. However, your opponents, that gets them shaking in their socks, shaking in their boots.
Yes, and Sauga maybe thinking that game was maybe already out of reach of Wheatie, and maybe not going as much energy as they need. Pull sailing out of bounds.
We'll have Zimalusta taking the disc at the brick mark here. Zimalusta looking downfield for an option. And a huck throw here with a great read by one of the Huang sisters. Sauga here walking up to the disc. You've got Grimshaw here as an option for your main handler for Sauga. Makowiecka looking with a little dish here. And Melissa still looking at options down the field, not seeing anything. And a hammer throw. Oh, with a close catch here by Vu, unlucky.
Almost caught in the end zone.
That was a great look and a great throw.
But now Wheaties back on offense, moving the disc.
By right back at the end zone line. We had Sauga putting a zone and having a call.
The Sauga player doing a V with their arms means violation. So we'll see how that turns out.
And one of the cool things too is Ultimate Frisbee is a self-officiated sport. However, it is always nice that you can choose to go to the observer for a rules clarification and for the observer ruling. So it's great that you have that balance of learning to self-officiate and have great communication with your opponents, but also you can have a opportunity to learn new rules from your great Team Orange.
That's right. And on that point, they managed to restart this play, but now turned it over to Sauga.
And again, another deny by Simpson. And a great read by Simpson. Seems like it's a common theme here. Simpson throwing the point to Long for the 7th point here.
Third break in a row for Wheaties. They're on fire. What will Sauga do? They're calling a timeout. Great.
Timeout by Sauga, which I think would be a great call. I think if I was in the coach's shoes, I would be doing the exact same. But I have to say, a really cool thing that we've seen so far, Simpson being a really star key player for Wheaties. With every time they've done a deep point, they've always scored that point. That consistency has been really great to watch.
And she's hard to stop. When she gets that D, she starts running deep, and they can hit her well. That's beautiful.
One of my favorite things I once learned was if your defender stops looking at you, that is a perfect time to take advantage of that and run deep and just burn your defender, punish them. And we see Simpson exactly taking advantage of that moment. And that is such a great player IQ thing that is hard to pick up by some players. Not a lot of players do that. Some players are very polite and kind of wait for your defender, but no, Simpson makes sure that her defender knows that I'm going to take advantage of this moment.
Oh yeah, they're paying for it. Let's see how Sauga comes back on the field after these 3 breaks.
You know, and sometimes for some teams when you start, sometimes you just need to wake up a little bit, you know? Just a few breaks can always change. You never know. And we're seeing this right now with Wheaties and Sauga.
This game has changed completely in the last 3 points. 8-7 now. Close game.
We've got the Wheaties open player cheering in the bleachers. Ramos is back on here. Picking up the disc. Looking for Ma for the connection. Unfortunately, turnover.
Great opportunity for Wheaties.
Huang with the disc looking deep. And saved here by Health. The wind caught that one there, causing a turnover. Ma picking up the disc here. Looking up. Great save by Xie.
It's called out. Turn for Wheaties.
We got Huang here picking up the disc. Center, but denied by Ramos. Ramos is now going for a sprint.
Okay, come back.
Ma picking up the disc here and looking for a deep option, which is denied by Huang.
Great vision from defense.
Wheaties looking for a bail option here, recentering it with unfortunate turnover. This is a great opportunity here for Sauga.
Oh, we've got an injury call.
But I was going to say this would have been a great opportunity, and it can be a great opportunity for Sauga to set up a nice end zone play once the play resumes.
Disc is centered. Definitely a good moment.
Right above that end zone line, too.
Yeah. So player tapping the ground saying that she replaced the injured player. Everybody can move.
Ramos here in front of the end zone line, getting ready for that end zone play. Just a little too low here, causing a turnover.
Wheaties again with an opportunity to break.
Long picking it up, setting it to Simpson with a little bit of a fumble here. Ma asking for, looking to Ramos. Ramos here with Ma with some little give and go action. Ma looking for Ramos, but Ramos unable to get open. Little look there from DeFlorio, but with a little bit of a contact, but I think the contact came after the drop. There was a little bit of fumble.
Clap catch was missed, and then a contact from the Wheaties player.
And this is a great time when you do want an observer, because the observers will always come in with that non-biased opinion based on what they've seen and just help mediate that that perspective, because sometimes it's hard to see what happened when you are in the moment, especially when you get hit too. You don't know how close they were, so having that outside perspective, someone who's not even a teammate, knowing that you can trust what they're saying is really relieving.
Yes. And you've got that adrenaline running. You were like top speed.
On
we'll
fire.
see how this resolves. So seems like Sauga will keep the disc, walk it out, and then it's in play.
So McQueen here on the end zone line, throwing it over, and it is a turnover, and Wheaties is back on. Oh, this is a long point. This will be really interesting to see who scores. Huang looking for that deep option. Wasn't there. White looking up line to Huang.
Wheaties working along that line, that near line.
Huang changing it across the field to Simpson. Simpson communicating to go to the open side.
Over the head of Ellie Health.
Ramos back here with the disc. Ramos looking deep. And with the huck. And Wheaties will be starting back on O.
I think the stall count was getting high, and she elected to just put it in the air, hopefully.
Safer than sorry.
Yes.
One of those moments. Right. Sauga here with Ramos picking it up again in front of the end zone here. Looking for Ma. Ma looking deep. Looking for Ramos in the end zone. Ramos close, but unable to catch that throw by Ma.
Did not manage to connect the Wheaties again on O.
Simpson here with the disc. Looking for a deep option. Unable to connect here. Got Sauga restarting on O. Ma looking deep. Talking to her players. Asking them to come in.
Defensive pressure from Wheatie is high.
Ling is looking for her bail option. Unable to connect there. Now this is where Simpson comes in with their speed and saves it just right above the end zone and dishes it to number 13 Health for the
That's
I think
fourth break from Wheaties to bring that
break.
8-8. They're back in this game.
And now it is a tied game. Sauga and Wheaties both 8-8 here, especially after that timeout call by Sauga. You could tell that that timeout was impactful, but Wheaties still has that stealth inside them and really want that point.
Yes, and Ella Simpson striking long and got the speed to get that disc. On the turn, she is quick to attack the ends, the long shot.
Incredible speed, and just Heath being there in the end zone with Simpson, with no defender, was just a perfect breakaway point there. You're seeing this all live, people, here at Newton Athletic Park.
So now, your Sauga coach, what are you thinking? How can we stop this?
This would definitely be a great opportunity, especially after having a timeout, to give a chance to my power line to redeem themselves. But I would definitely be power lining. How about you? What would you be doing?
Oh, definitely. I need to break this momentum just by 1 point, but I need to stop it.
Team power line.
Yes.
We've got Zimalusta here picking it up. And denied by Huang. Huang picking it up again. Looking for their bail. Little dish to their bail here. Disc is centered. And saved by Ruby H. Ruby H told us they had a very long last name and it was just easier to be called Ruby H. Saved by Huang. And Huang hucks it deep. And great catch by Long. Long here right above their end zone, looking for Huang for the 9th point and the 5th break by Wheaties. It is currently 9-8 for Wheaties against Sauga.
The Wheaties open team in the stands are going wild.
I got goosebumps. I don't know if it's this chilly breeze or just the intensity of this game.
Wheaties' second half has been perfect so far. I mean, not the cleanest offenses all the time, but they managed to get the scores. We've got a timeout called on Sauga's side. So their second timeout.
Now this is really exciting because Sauga already called one timeout earlier. So I'm wondering if the second timeout here could be used to try and kill Wheaties' momentum.
They need to figure out something. I mean, right now they're the defensive Wheaties, they're making the turns. So it's not miscues on passes, it's really a hard defense. So they need to get more intense, put the pass out in space, and try to. I see they're shaking out
They're shaking out the jitters. I love
it.
And you can tell Ramos here is leading this little shaking off the nerves and the jitters. Great leadership here, and now they're trying to get that energy back up with hyping everything.
I love that. That was actually really great.
You know, it's really fun to see different teams and what they do to recenter and reconcentrate. Some will do breathing exercises, some will shake off the jitters. So it's really exciting. While we're here, we're actually going to try and do a little score update with the other games, the other crossover games. On the other video only field, we have Origine versus Wicked. So we'll come back with a score check in just a moment. Alrighty. On the other video-only field, we have West leading 7-6 against Origine. So it looks like these crossover games are really tight.
There's some upsets as well on Origine, who is last year's winner in the women's category.
That is the best thing about CJUCs and CUCs are the upsets, the plot twists, all of it. We're all here for it.
Well, we're getting a great comeback story from Wheaties now, leading 9-8.
Zima Lusta here with the disc, looking to dish to Vu.
Wheaties got their hands on that.
Wong here picking up the disc. Wong looking deep and saved by White. White looking for Huang again. Does it a little around pass. Huang looking deep to the end zone. And I think this is an out call, but a nice save by one of the Wheatie players. I love how they didn't give up on that catch though.
They worked that up that far sideline all the way.
Zima Lusta here looking for deep options. Little dish up the line to their bail.
Long look for Sauga, a bit too far.
That wind definitely carried that pass. The wind always picks up in the most unpredictable times. White here with the disc.
Wheaties now have to work all the way back up the field.
Wong to Marino. Marino with a deep look. And now we have a turnover with Zoo starting. Zumusta saving that disc there. We've got Makowiecka looking for the end zone pass with a beautiful catch to Ramos, scoring the 9 point. It is 9-9, Sauga and Wheaties. Sauga tying that point. So you know what? Maybe Ramos was right on shaking those jitters out.
I think that was a good call. Timeout at the right moment. First point for Sauga in the second half. I think they're really happy to have just put one in and broken that streak from Wheatie and bringing the game back 9-9.
You know, seeing these shaking off the jitters, I am wondering if there'll be little trendsetters, and we'll see along this week if we're going to see other teams shake off the jitters. But I think the jitter shaking was really effective here.
I think it did the job.
So we've got 20 seconds here to set up the line. We've got some teams getting ready with their matchups. And we'll have Sauga pulling to Wheaties. Melissa looks like she will be pulling. You can hear Sauga telling their athletes to back up to not cause any offsides, which is true. When you have observers, you have to watch out for that offside.
Yes. We're going to be coming up maybe during this point to soft capped as well.
Sauga coming down with a zone. Oh, and now they're switching to person defense here. Huang picking up with the disc. Beautiful open pass to Huang. Is this a Huang sister connection? Oh, and my commentator curse. I love sibling connections. I find it so cool.
Just out of reach for that one. Sauga will get the offense.
I love when Zuma Lista picks up the disc. They always pick up the disc so calm, cool, and collected. And it's like they know where that disc is gonna go. All right, Simpson here picking up the disc here right above the end zone, looking for the end pass. Dishing it to Huang. Huang now looking for an end zone look. Trying to center it. Just a little bit too much throw there. And a big hack here from Sauga. And causing a turnover. So we are going to be, Wheaties will have to work their way back up to the other end zone. Huang here with the disc. Looking at some deep options. Now looking at their bail. Back to Huang in the center. Huang here. Oh, unfortunate with Applebee tripping.
Tripping right before the disc came to her. That's a turn. We've
Little
got
dribble with Zuma Lista.
one Sauga player uncovered right now.
Now back with the disc, centering to Zuma Lista. Zuma Lista looking for her deep look. Looking for the big huck. And denied by Simpson. Is this where Simpson's gonna? Oh, she was just about to strike too. You could tell she was.
Oh, she was. Oh, yeah, she was going for it.
But there seems to be a call, so we're gonna consult our Team Orange, and the call seems to be a stall down. Now, for those at home, a stall down, you have 10 stalls with a disc to the T of stall 10.
So they'll start the disc where it was turned. It's in play for Wheaties.
Long here with the disc. With a hand block from Sauga. And we have Ma here picking it up. She'll be looking for her deep option, and now she's looking for Zuma Lista as her bail. We've got a Sauga player here on the sideline. Looking up line to Ling. Ling looking for Ma. Ma back to Zuma Lista. And Zuma Lista throwing it up line and just a little bit too much to the out. Huang here picking up the disc for Wheaties. Both teams are tied here. This is quite the long point.
Sauga out of timeouts. Wheaties still have some in this half.
On with the disc. Looking for Simpson. Simpson threading it to Sauga defenders, and with Lung trying to make a save there, but unfortunately, it was turnover.
Players from both sides laying it out, trying to save these discs.
Great dish here to Ma. Ma looking for that deep, but is gonna dish it back to Zumalista. Zumalista centering it. There's a turnover. Huang quickly picking up the disc and looking for the deep. And with a great run by Shike. That is Wheaties.
It's not in, called by the observers.
I too got very excited.
And that's a score for Wheaties.
Observer ruling that is in for Wheaties. Creating that 5th point with Simpson scoring. Even I got very excited with that point.
Again, Wheaties with the long look that keeps working. Not Simpson in this case, but still beautiful passing.
All right, we're going to do a little score check of the other field, since we have close games all around today. So, on the other side, where we have West versus Origine, West is leading 9-7. That is on the video-only field, which you can find the link on our YouTube channel, Ultimate Canada, or our Instagram page, Ultimate Canada. Now we have a timeout called by Wheaties. Now, I have a question for you. What are your thoughts on timeouts near the soft cap or near the hard cap?
Well, now Wheaties up by 1. You're taking a timeout. Maybe just to, like, get your energy up, like, save your legs a bit. So, we don't know. We might only have 1 or 2 points left in this game.
You know, sometimes if you're given a timeout, you might as well use it. Use it to your advantage.
Yes. But now I'm wondering, are we after the soft cap right now, and is this a game to 11?
That is a good question to research. I will ask my production team, our production team. Alrighty. I know some people find the controversial timeout when you're trying to kill time, but it is an advantage. It is, again, you have to use it however you want. You're given those timeouts for a reason.
And we're going to have today some other games that are streamed. We've got quarterfinals open that will be aired at 12:30, and then women's at 2:30 this afternoon.
All right.
Results of these games will be depending on the crossover this morning.
Houston with the disc. Sauga looking for a deep option. Swinging it back to Vu. Vu centering it, but denied by Wheaties. Huang looking for that deep option right away and saved by number 6, Marino. Marino popping it back to Huang. Huang right above that end zone line looking for the point. And it is saved by the Wheaties player for the 11th point. That is another break for Wheaties.
So a missed catch, but then another Wheaties player behind, ready to finish that point. That's 11-9.
That is what you call teammate energy. When that disc is up, it is anyone's disc.
And was that game? I'm wondering if that, after the soft cap, are we calling that game?
We hear a little hip hip hooray cheer, and I think
so. I think
up.
that's Wheaties that win.
Wow, what a great point. And I think this game just goes to show you that, you know, anything can happen, really. You can be down a few points, but just to have those constant breaks was really, really exciting to watch.
So Wheaties coming back from an 8-4 deficit to win 11-9. Great comeback for Wheaties. That was a great game.
That was a really exciting game, and a huge thank you to our Team Orange for being there for the game as well. All right, as a, I guess, summary recap, after seeing such a big break like that, what would you be saying as a coach of Team Sauga to your team?
That's a hard one because they started off strong. I thought the game was in their hands at half. Definitely defense from Wheatie, like they got stopped by their defense. So I guess I don't know. Actually, that's a good one. What would you say?
I would tell my team that this is just our crossover game, but you know what? Now we're in a different division, and this is where we can rechannel our focus and take what we can learn from this game and apply it to the next. And I also, probably just like a coaching perspective lens here, I would rewatch this live stream and make them sit at the hotel and go over what worked and what did not work so that we can come back prepared for tomorrow and get ready for more competition.
Definitely a great coaching opportunity and learning opportunities for these Sauga players today.
Yeah. But I think their energy is still there. And again, I think shaking the jitters really worked because they did score a point right after.
Yeah.
So they have it there, and both teams were both full of energy. And I think this is a really well-spirited game as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we would like to thank you guys for tuning in with us, watching Sauga versus Wheaties women, and come and catch us, I think, at 12:30 for the open quarterfinals.
I think it's 12:30 for open and 2:30 for women's.
It sure is. It is. Thank you. And I'm Kat Martin with Marie-Philippe Maillot, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.